Hello, ladies and gentlemen out there, ready or not, here I come. Whether I'm ready or not is not the point. But my dilemma is this. I am amazed by how long it takes me to finally make a bunch of thumbnails. I'm running amok with this thumbnail thing. I've been upping my production quite a bit. Now, I know a few of them I might not use. I might use for some future time. I might edit them, use them for something else. I might reuse them. But I do make a lot of mistakes. Learn by doing. Listen to others. I think I watched one video when I first started a year ago. And now I'm making thumbnails differently. I'm actually applying the techniques in Canva. And that's basically the one I'm using right now. I have been making thumbnails, but mostly thumbnails off of the videos itself. I still might do that a couple of times because sometimes I think those thumbnails are better because it shows a real life thing. These thumbnails are a little bit different. They do have a pop to it. They're pretty basic because I'm a pretty basic thumbnail maker right now. I'm not like a lot of cartoony kind of thing. So to me, they pop. They're pretty basic. They're pretty squared off. But I think they do the job that they're supposed to do. Get the attention. Not be clickbait. Because to me, thumbnails is automatically clickbait to me anyway. Because they said thumbnails, gotta make the thumbnail for someone to see it. But that's what I do. I make the thumbnails. I put them out there. I find the closest thing that I think fit what I want as a visual description. Now, I've been listening to a lot of these other watching and learning from these other videos about what thumbnails are exactly for. So that's exactly what I'm doing. But one thing I have a problem with is the thumbnails are better than the actual videos. The thumbnails are pretty, but when you actually get out there to do the work, I'm talking about actually walking the street, actually doing a live stream, it seems like that the internet services are iffy. Sometimes there's a little glitch. That's okay. And it is true that I don't know what type of camera you have, but it must be the most expensive cameras. Nighttime shots are just not that great. They're not better than daytime. But yet, I want to do a lot of nighttime because sometimes things are a little bit different in the nighttime. And then certain things are open, the bright lights, all the glitter. But whenever it seems like the thumbnails pop, it doesn't match the videos that I bring. And from now on, even though I don't do no research, if I've been there before, I'm going to have to recognize that some situations, the internet is great, and in other situations, it's not so good. You can take one step after shooting 5 minutes worth of vlog time, and then all of a sudden, your service drops. The black screen come on. The little wiggle thing starts turning around and around and around, and you want to know what happened. You step back, you get it back. sometimes once you step back, you can't get it back. So I noticed that in my vlogs, and so we'll just stick with me. Since I'm the new kid on the block for just 13 months, I find that the internet service can be very trying because I do look over my vlogs and edit if I have to, but believe me, I am a low maintenance edit kind of person. I hate doing edits. But the edits that I'm good at, which is trying to slice out certain things, I can do that pretty good, considering the type of software that's already embedded in the system, such as Canva, Power Driver, and all those other types of services, including uh, not StreamYard, but I believe vidIQ, which prompts me to do those kinds of things. Now, I also weigh in, does this place really have a strong internet service? Does it isn't it turned down at certain times? Because I do notice that in order for an internet to be strong, you have to have a city or a park even have to have certain towers and things in place so that you can get good service. I don't care what service you have. In my case, it's AT&T all the time. So whether AT&T, Verizon, or some other kind of service, the cell towers should be strong enough. But you just can't have one. You got to have many. And sometimes, if the cell towers are in the wrong place, where you think you would get a strong signal, you don't. Because I've stood out in the middle of a field of a park and want to know how come I'm still not getting a reception and there's no trees around. But anyway, what can you do about it? You just got to roll with the punches, I suppose. And like I said, I like doing live more than I do the other, but that's probably why I haven't been coming on live because I didn't think I'd have much to say. But evidently, I'm doing okay right now. But I like to do live. I like to do live all the time because practice, 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 and practice, and more practice, regardless of what you sound like, is going to make you better. Especially for all the new people who want to come on board and be a YouTuber or any other type of service that they want to come online at. Especially if you're a person that's not used to coming online and you like to talk or you got something to say because you're very good at your specificity. You're very good at it, and so you want to get on and share. But what good is it if your Wi-Fi drops on you? Now, of course, if you're at in an enclosed place and also drop, that might be a different subject. And if you're at a store or coffee shop or whatever, and the Wi-Fi is good, more than likely it is good because you're not moving all around the place. You're in a stationary position the way I am. So you have to roll the punches. And even though I do get upset a lot of times, let's just tell the truth about it. Who doesn't get upset about Wi-Fi dropping when you have something to say, no matter how small or how big it is? So yeah, this is thumbnails versus live stream, Wi-Fi, blogs, because many times your streams seem to me, now just to me, doesn't live up to the expectation that you want your thumbnail to be. Your thumbnail is beautiful, just like I said. It's pretty. You got it together. You learn how to put different overlays on it, whatever that is. I'm still learning what an overlay is. But I noticed that in my thumbnails, a couple of them became small, and I thought it was correct when I downloaded and uploaded to Canva, and it still come out wrong. So I'm always going back to square one. Sometimes I mess with a thumbnail 5, 6, 7, 8, many times before I finally get it. But how come once I finished the pretty thumbnail and I start actually going out into the field doing the blogging, that is not working? And the expectations that I want to work. Regardless of the views. I don't care about the views. I don't care about the subscriptions. I don't care about that. Long as it looks good to me, I'm okay with that. You know, because it's up to the other people to do what they have to do. But in my case, sometimes you do want to be a perfectionist, at least most of the time, because that's what this is about. Showcasing your wares, in my case, a little history of California, local boundaries. That's what I'm about. Anything to do in the local boundaries. I don't want to go too far this or too far that, and that's why I'm doing this video. So with that in mind, I like to put a plug in about this is a photo of Zenobia, 3rd century AD, the queen of Syria. I thought that might be a good backdrop. The sun had actually came in through the window and give it this unearthly kind of feel, earthly kind of feel. I took several photos of that with me in it, also like self portrait shots, things like that. But I thought this the way the sun came in the morning time between 8 and 10 a.m. on any given day that the sun reflects at that time, that I want this to be my virtual background for this particular video. So Zenobia, queen of Syria in the 3rd century AD, she was also a prisoner, and they didn't take her integrity away from her. In fact, I don't know how true it is, but the way I read it, that she kept her crown, even though she was in chains. She kept her crown because she was part of the Roman Empire. She did defeat certain Roman garrisons or small cities or whatnot. But in the end, it's kind of sketchy about really what happened to her in the very, very end. But anyway, she was in chains. She kept her integrity. The Romans kept her integrity, making her a showpiece. And so I wanted this to be the backdrop. Well, anyway, with that in mind, this is Robert Shaw. Probably talked a little bit more than I had to. I've been thinking about this all day. I just took a few notes. And so I'll see you in my next video, because thumbnail versus vlogs, what the heck happened to my stream? Come on now. Do I have to do Memorex? Remember that? Do I have to do Memorex, or do I just do it live? I guess it's all going to depend on what's the best choice at that moment. Because sometimes at the last minute, if the internet don't work, at least I can go live. And then again, one more note that is coming to me. I really don't have enough space to be saving all those videos. So yes, I go live because it's just too much saving of video. I can always do another video if it gets lost. But anyway, happy streaming out there. I hope you take this video into consideration because it does apply to new YouTubers like me, only around almost a year and a half, and for people who've already been blogging long before me. Anyway, this is Robert Deschamps, and I'll see you in my next video. See you later, folks.